Hello and welcome to my Civilization 6 Gathering Storm starting locations tutorial. In this video I will explain which starting locations are good, which are bad, which are mediocre, and especially important, why. This is aimed at beginners who are not yet sure what is good and why, and I will explain that in further detail. So first of all, I just chose Rome here because I think Rome doesn't have any specific start bias. So they can start on coast, they can start inland, they can start next to mountains, they can start next to deserts, they can start next to tundra, they can start next to plains, they can have a lot of forest, they can have jungle, they can have anything. Or in this case, nothing. We have default default map on a continent's map. So nothing buffed, nothing nerfed. And this is terrible. The only good thing is there is a river. The rest is terrible. Why? First of all, we have a lot of flat tiles, including flat desert tiles. Only 3 desert hills, so not even worth trying for a Petra. For a Petra you really need more to make it worth. Also, only 3 good tiles to chop. Well, 4, but this is far away. Yeah, well, okay, so is this. So 4 tiles I could potentially chop. And really no hills. This start has neither food nor production. Okay, fine. The river flooded here, could get me more food. Still, this city will have not much production. And that's the capital. That's a terrible city. So I have only 2 bonus resources and 2 luxury resources. One is both of the luxuries are kind of useless. They are only good to be sold or for amenities. But as a tile itself, bad. The best tile I have is a stone on a hill. And I usually remove stone. In this case I will probably build a quarry and only remove it at the point where the mine is just as good. And the forest up here, the rest is really terrible. All flat and tundra now. Desert and tundra in the capital. If you get garbage like this, restart. This is really a bad start. You don't have much to make use of Magnus chopping stuff. So that is out of the question. You don't have even many tiles to improve. You have the stone and the rice that are good to improve and work. That's it. Lumber mills will come a little bit later in the game. Lumber mills are up here at construction. I need 5 other technologies first. And I probably also will want writing before that. And in this case I'm also ignoring religion. So this is just outright bad. And even lumber mill wise I only have 1 really good lumber mill tile. This is horrible. Restart. Oh wow. This start is bad out of so many reasons. Well, first of all, we do what I told to do. Move the warrior first to scout. So we have tundra in the capital. Lots of flat land. To be exact, we have 2 hills. 2 whole hills in the capital. And neither lake nor river. So no fresh water. And this cows is on an island. And I have only 1 sea resource even though I'm at the coast. My luxury resource is out of reach. I could go into reach, but I would lose the cattle as well. Well, I would still for the luxury, but it's cotton, which is a bad resource to have. If I settle, my capital only has 4 housing. And I'm at the edge of the map, so if I find another civilization somewhere... Holy shit, this is utter garbage, and only 4 forests, one of which is on tundra. I can't chop anything here, because I already... Well, except for the deer, I can remove that and build a lumber mill later. But there is no production. The deer tile is the best production I have for a long ass time. This is horrible. Also no mountain. This is one of the worst starts you can have at all. Don't let you be swayed by flatland, stone, cattle or rice. It's not... They are okay tiles, not good tiles. A good tile is, for example, spices on forest, because that has 3 food and 2 production. Or just bananas on jungle has also 3 food and 2 production. That's good stuff, but not this garbage here. Don't take this garbage, it's terrible. Another bad start. This is not as bad as the other two, but it has still a lack of fresh water, and we're right next to a volcano. I see a river up here though, so that is potential, and we have lots of hills over here. Let's see the settler lands. Oh, but no fresh water over here. So this is really a tough try. I mean, I would recommend restart this, because again, only one luxury, only two bonus resources. This is not a good start, and the volcano right next to the city, you don't want that. Why? Because the volcano will erupt and kill your citizens occasionally. Yeah, it will fertilize these lands, but you better settle a little bit off of it, and it will fertilize lands you can work, but won't kill your citizens. So in this case, I would probably just risk it and move over here, and then see next turn with the warrior how this desert looks. Desert is bad in general. Yeah, this is bad. This is just bad. Not enough desert hills to make it worth. Too many mountains over here. I mean, we can move another turn and see. Yeah, no Petra that you would build here. This is just bad. Horrible. Don't play like this. You need fresh water. And unless you have a lot of other good stuff. If you don't get fresh water, if you at least have a lot of good tiles, fine. But where are the good tiles? 2 wheat? Wheat are not specially good tiles. Copper is okay. Yeah, that's about it. Bad. Don't take that. Okay. At least I will get more to talk about. First, move the warrior. Okay. I can make this land work. Now, where it recommends you, one of it is garbage. Don't do there. Don't settle there. Settle in place is an option, yes. Settling on this hill is also an option. So, you have river. That's already better than the 2 previous starts. You have a lot of forests. That's good. We have some forest here, some forest here, 2 forests here, 2 forests here. Presumably more forests. We have too much desert, but it's okay. We have some hills. I can spot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hills in this area. I would recommend to settle on the jade, because the jade, when you improve it, is 1 food, 2 production, 1 culture. That's okay. Early on, you want more food and more production, which we lack a lot. There is nothing that gives me 2 food and more than 1 production. But that would be great. Except for the sheep over here. But there is no fresh water. Now, I could settle on one of these hills, then my city would get 1 more production. Or I settle on the jade and my city will get 1 more culture. So that's why I would settle somewhere over here. Also, we are presumably then closer to maybe more good land. And not have this desert in the capital. We can expand over here, but I would recommend to avoid desert in the capital. Maybe 1 tile for the pyramids, but not more than that. So I move here. Oh, nice. Mountains, long river, 1 more hill. Very nice. I will settle for sure on this jade. But I will move here on this grassland to see the land up here. Because once I move here, my settler is out of movement and cannot settle. So I cannot settle this turn anyway on the jade. Therefore I move here. Okay. There is a natural wonder over here. Why do I know it? A normal forest on a hill does not have faith. And especially not this much production. So over here is a natural wonder. This changes everything. This has turned from a I'm not sure start into an amazing start. Because now I want to settle on this hill.
7 girls were chased by bears. The bears were just about to catch them when the girls jumped on a low rock. One of the girls prayed to the rock. Rock, take pity on us. Rock, save us. The rock heard them and began to grow upwards, pushing the girls higher and higher.
I wonder if I can do that as well when barbarians appear. So first again, we move the warrior. Nice, a goodie hat. So I can settle in place or I can move onto this hill. I think I will move onto this hill next turn. So I can work on this from turn 1. Turn 4 settling is late. But look at this land. This is good. Some coast over here. Not really important. Desert, 2 tiles, but only now 3 flat tiles, but that's okay. I will not take a goodie hut yet. Why? I don't have a city. This means certain bonus I can't get from this. I will not get population and I will not get a unit. So I will not get a builder, I will not get a scout. But when I have a city, I may get one of those. And we immediately get era score because we settled next to a natural wonder. And we can work this from turn 1 on. That's really good. This is a good starting location. This is amazing. Get a scout and afterwards a builder. And research mining right away because you have stone and jade to improve. And you want mines here and here. This is amazing. Also, appeal-wise, this is quite good. So you could get even more faith on these tiles if you pick the Pantheon Earth Mother. Or is it Earth Goddess? Well, something with Earth. Boost to sailing, whatever. What I have to say though, the rest of the land is terrible. A lot of flat desert. Flat desert is really bad. You presumably... Heck, you wouldn't even want a city in here. Maybe a city somewhere around here will get good districts with the mountain adjacency for your holy sites and your science district. Down here looks really good, but that is just for you to scout. As for sure, our capital is amazing. I have several forests I can chop or lumber mill up. And I have in the capital so far, as I can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hills and 1 flatland mine. That's really amazing. That's really good. And enough flat grassland to also build some farms for housing and food. And the potential pyramids. I would go and build the pyramids on one of these 3 tiles, and I will probably chop it out by removing stone and chopping a forest. How you rush wonders. If you're interested in that, you best just watch my Let's Plays, because I'm a wonder whore. I love to build wonders even when I shouldn't, and I usually pull it off. So just watch my Let's Plays if you're interested in that. But let's have more looks at other starting locations. This was just the 4th one. See what else we get. So what do we have here? Garbage. Garbage. Just garbage. I mean, we got fresh water. Yeah. The resources are on tundra. There is a lot of tundra. We may have fresh water, but we are not on coast, even though a lot of this stuff is coastal. And most of it is flat. There is 1 hill that isn't a tundra hill. I don't think that I have to say much more to this. Also, just 1 luxury, really, that's it. And some... There's a lake over here, so maybe there is better land over here, but I don't expect. So this is all flat. Terrible. Yeah, this is disgusting. So this is an interesting starting location. Someone in the comments already wrote Petra hype. And yeah, with Petra these hills would be amazing. But we have 2 problems here right now. First of all, what do we chop to get the Petra? You can certainly not build the Petra by just working 1 production tiles. And the second problem is, I will show you, Petra is an amazing wonder, would make all these tiles amazing. but it must be built on desert or desert floodplains without hills. So on flatland desert, all these tiles are hills. But I think it's pretty obvious what we do here, because the settling here is terrible, because it would mean all these hills stay desert hills, and bleh, nobody wants that. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! No! No! There is no flat desert, so this is the perfect Petra without the possibility to actually build the Petra. Unless one of these two tiles is flat land. We will see. This is a case where you check if the game is really this mean. Well, let's move here. I mean, up here is enough to chop. If I were Mali, I wouldn't mind, but... oh well, this is... this is the troll start. I mean, you could get a decent districts in here on these desert hills, but it's still very disappointing. But the fun fact is, even though this is all garbage desert hills that will never be petrified, it's still better than our first few starts. I mean, it has a river, so fresh water hyped. It has a deer on a forest on a hill. That's an amazing tile, and lots of tiles to chop. Lots of hills in general, several stones. This is actually not even such a bad start. But it's still... this is so sad when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Petra hills. But no flat tile to build the Petra. This is bullshit, especially since next to a desert river there should be floodplains. Oh well, the game wants to troll us. Let's see if that continues. So, this is an interesting start. It's not super good, but it's useful. I mean, the Petra is certainly an option, perhaps. It depends all what is below these hills. The tundra up here is what I don't like. The river is long though. I'm not forced to build there. And I like the 3 foxes. The only downside is they're a little bit far from each other. Now, I wouldn't settle in place in this case. I would settle further south. Now, let's also check the settler lens, because this is actually fresh water. This is fresh water. There is a lake or an oasis, which means we could also settle like on this tile if we want, or expand over there. The question here really is, do we want to keep this and maybe build a Petra in an expansion, or do we move with the settler down here? Presumably on this tile could be good. We would keep 2 of the foxes, sadly in the 3rd ring, but we would have the deer nearby to remove. We have some forests, all of them on hills, really good. We have olives, so 2 luxuries, that's great. I have to decide. I would move here, I think. I would move here. Settling on olives would also be an option for free money. I will move here and then here. And see next turn.
Like to the apples. On the
Nice. Is the city state over here? This is a really good start then. Let's see. Is this gives fresh water. So what I see here is yeah, settle here. Okay, it's not a rich Petra and the river ends in here. But it's okay, and this is a little lake. What I see in here is settling in place and settling another city. No, not here. Settling a city here. Get this city a holy site here, because it will be +4 thanks to the double wonder adjacency. And settle a tundra city either on the forest or a little bit deeper in. I'm not sure, because it has to be 3 tiles away from this city, but somewhere around here. And we have the lake in here, 3 tiles, so another city either on this tile or on this tile. Depends on the land. But this is totally doable. It's not amazing, don't get me wrong, most of these tiles have only a value of 3, so it's rather hard to make use of it. But if you pull the Petra off, you can get something really nice of this, and you have good expansion spots. And if we are also first in discovering this city-state, then that's also nice. We are first, and Muscat is a really good city-state. Okay, more flat desert. That it's so much flat is really sad. I would go for a builder right away, actually. Builder or scout? That's a tough choice. No, scout is still better. Scout and then a builder to improve the farm. And then to early go for the foxes, because the foxes are your best tile. See where the city expands. And if the city goes here or here, you buy immediately the foxes after it. Because this tile and this tile are your best tiles to work. And these two tiles and this, so like this you work. Build an encampment there. And there. And of course a plantation here. That would be the priority. Because you can sell at least 1 foxes, since you have 1 more than basic. And you try to get the Petra, like, for example, here. Where is it? Here. You can get the pyramids here. And then maybe a culture district in here. Something like this you could do. It would be really nice. And this city could even add maybe a culture district as well or something, and maybe 1 more wonder, who knows. There are many ways you can play that out wonder-wise. And you for sure, you will chop. Is there a chop image here? Harvest. Yeah, you will harvest this. You will harvest this. You will harvest this. And since you have enough hills, you will also harvest this. Production will not be your issue, growth will be. You harvest these 4 spots to get the pyramids and the Petra. Of course you use a Magnus for that. And that is how I would play this. And expand quickly to these 3 spots. And then you have to see, depending on what you could explore. Maybe there's another natural wonder somewhere. Maybe you find more good land. Maybe there is all garbage. I don't know. But this is how I would do it. Let's have a look at 1 more starting position. Well, this one with Mount Etna, nice, is a really good starting location actually. We have lots of jungle, some forest, some stone, 1 luxury, some coast. Heck, this would be a decent science district actually. Let's move the warrior a little bit. Oh, a luxury resource down here that is within range. And some rivers. That's really nice. I would recommend to move on to the silk. To get the culture right away in your capital. And to not be right next to Mount Etna. So when it erupts, your city doesn't lose population in case it erupts early. So move here and then settle is my recommendation. This is really decent. One thing it lacks though. One thing it lacks. Ooh, Stromboli, another volcano. One thing it lacks, and that is hills. It is clearly a lack on hills, but we make already 4.5 culture. 1 from this, some from the city, and a bit more because we are Rome. We already have a monument in the city. Therefore we make already this much science. And there is another stone over here. So I'm a little bit worried because we have not many hills. So you should probably not chop all the jungle in here. Keep something around for late game lumber mills. But chop everything around the volcano, because that will be removed by the volcano erupting anyway. But this is certainly doable. Take this if you like. This is not bad. This is really not bad. I mean, you can also improve the stone before you harvest it for something. I wonder what's over here. Let's quickly check. Let's just lock in some stuff. Mining. Center warrior up. Curiosity got the better of me. I want to know what these tiles are. Usually you would send your warrior here and just build a scout to see, but now I just ignore that. Because I want to see more land. Okay. Okay, no, this is fine. You have some good district stuff in here. With mountain adjacency. Yeah, this is... You can't do much wrong in here. This is really a good start. And you probably will have good expansions in this direction.
It is not wisdom.
Already this research, this early. How good is that? But the volcano is already active, so going for a builder early is actually more stone, more mountains, more rivers. This is amazing. This is really good. And the geothermal next to a volcano. Well, still, aqueduct to it, and next to it a science district. This is really good land. And you can settle another city. Example in here. Or if you're courageous, directly on the silk. This is good land. And since there is another river down here, it means you can expand in this direction too. This is a really decent start. So this, at first glance, looks terrible because it has no fresh water. But wait! What is this? Wild fresh water appeared over here. If we look closely, we can see a river going through here. So I would recommend... Move to that river. First, move with the warrior. Okay, this is a tough choice. You could settle. No. Let's move here. Because I think, yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Actually, even in place would have been okay with the aqueduct. But this is better. This is actually a really good start. A lot of stuff to chop. And you settle, of course, here. Yes. Because you will be coastal and on a river. Which means you have +6 fresh water, +6 housing. This is really good. And you will have a campus district in here. That is 6. This is a +6 campus district. This is nuts. This is really good. And you have lots of hills. So this is the perfect start for a great science game. With a lot of chops, potential for more cities down here. Oh my god, this is really good. Like a city here. Seeing as this river continues, you may be able to have another city over here. And if you're lucky, then... Look, what is this? This is the start of a river. Nice. Another city here. This is an amazing start. This is really damn good. Of course, you start with a scout. You check what their city is working on. Yes, this is good stuff. You have good tiles. Early on, 2 tiles, 2 food, 2 production is good. 3 food, 1 production is also good. Or 3 food, 2 production, even better. The whales, we moved away from them. Don't worry. You can always move this city to this tile. Or maybe it depends. If this is the only source of whales that you find, then settle this city not here. Instead, settle it here on the forest. And make sure that you get the whales. Heck, you could even settle this city. 1, 2, 3. On the bananas. Get an aqueduct here, because you're Rome. Get a harbor here. Then get the sea Petra. The mausoleum of Halicarnassus. That now gives good stuff to all coast tiles. Build it here. and you have an amazing spot for a culture district and could go for a tourism game. Oh my god, is this good. Or you rush the Machu Picchu and build an amazing culture district. You have so much options with this start. I love this start. This is amazingly good. Keep starts like this. So this was it for my video about restarting. No, for my video about starting locations. Try to settle on hills. Make sure you are next to a river. Mountains are amazing for science districts, so are geothermals. Make sure you have stuff to chop. And it's always nice if you also have decent resources. Of course, this rice you will improve for the boost for irrigation and then remove before placing the science district. Stone I usually also remove when it's on hills, because a mine will give you just as much production. So yeah, and sometimes the initial location may be only okay, but there is amazing expansion potential. This has both, so this is a no-brainer. You don't have to think much. I mean, look at how many hills are around, and you don't even see these tiles. This is already so good. So this was my video about that. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I will happily answer them.